Andy Reviews.
Angry Andy.
Angry Andy Reviews. Angry Andy Reviews. Angry Andy Reviews. Angry Andy Reviews.
Don't make me destroy you.
Hello and welcome to Angry Andy Reviews. My God, it's been a while. Yes, it's been. I think when I checked, it's 50 days since the last review or something like that. And I've got Mr. Spider-Dan of Spider-Dan, the Secret Boars podcast here with me, and this is a review for 28 years later, The Bone Temple. Now, I know the title sounds like some kind of Neolithic sex dungeon, but yeah, we've just come out of the cinema right now. I'm going to do an on-the-fly review because why not? Because I've not done one for ages. So this is it's a direct follow-up to 28 years later, isn't it?
And like minutes after.
Yeah, literally carries on straight after, and it's a balls to the wall movie, isn't it? In some respects, quite literally at some times. There's a lot of balls on the screen again from Big Samson.
Big old Samson.
Now, I would say what's the plot, but I can't tell you what the actual plot of this film is at all.
Apocalyptic world. Post-apocalyptic world. That's what we need to know.
Post-apocalyptic world, and poor Spike has been drummed up and is now being controlled by Jimmy Crystal, indoctrinated.
Sir Lord Jimmy Crystal.
Sir Lord Jimmy, beg your pardon, Lord. Beg your pardon, Lord. And basically Spike is dragged around while so Jimmy Crystal and his fingers, his group of fucking minions that are all called Jimmy, go around and dispense charity to the populace of the United Kingdom.
That's I wonder what that's referencing, perhaps.
Yeah, exactly.
Who is that referencing, I wonder?
Yeah, it's very on the nose, isn't it?
Sure.
And obviously we've got Ray Fiennes back in this.
Dr. Kelson.
Yep, Dr. Kelson. And Samson's back as well with his really long physique. Yeah.
Very long. Extended cameo this time.
What an odd thing to say.
God, I remember I read that. They're going to cover him up for this film. Yeah, they did it for about 10 minutes.
Not even that, I don't think.
But what did you think of this film?
I think they set, speaking of the previous film, they set up they had the wildest ending I've seen for a long time in any franchise film. It completely out of left field, and it's kind of ballsy, and like you said in your review, it kind of undermines the tone of the rest of the film. Yeah. And I can understand why people hate it so much, but I kind of respected it, but I still don't know if it works 100%. Yeah. I enjoyed the last film. I thought it was quite experimental, the use of the iPhones, the editing, the soundscapes, the boots. It was quite experimental. I quite like the bravery when they are putting something like that into a big franchise, big movie, a trilogy, a new trilogy, a reboot. We went to see The Matrix. We did a review on The Matrix.
Yes, we did,
Matrix, and I think this film is somewhat saying similar things that film wanted to say, but that film, I think, shit the bed at the end.
That film was a fucking disaster.
Yeah, and I think there's something here like Danny Boyle is returning to the franchise, Alex Garland is returning to the franchise, and we're in this age of nostalgia, and we were talking about Avengers Doomsday and how I'm absolutely not interested in that film. The trailers are not doing very well. It's just I saw an image and I was like, is something happened to me? Did I lose my inner child or something?
Yeah,
or is it the fucking business model? But I think there is something here, and the Jimmies you could read as many things. I think you could read it as this is a reboot, this is a nostalgia, and we're killing the nostalgia of the thing you love, or we're bringing it back in a new form. Yeah, you're probably going to hate it, and you're probably going to hate what we're going to do with it.
Toxic nostalgia.
But also, I think the Jimmies also represent that. Also, maybe your nostalgia isn't what you remember it to be, which is in this world, Jimmy Savile was never revealed to be what he was, the monster that he was.
Yeah.
So they see him as a hero.
Yeah. And they hold the Teletubbies as some kind of sort of television god, that basically underpins their movements, how they go about their daily lives. And and get some enjoyment.
And then there's also like, I mean, obviously this is post-COVID as well, so there's a bit of that in there. And I think, you know, a lot of this I didn't see coming, which I'm kind of glad about. Surprising.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. Yeah, I didn't see them, and there are spoilers here.
No, spoilers.
I didn't foresee that they'd actually get to a point where technically they found a fucking cure.
Yeah.
Clever girl.
They found a cure, and it's quite simple. I'm not sure like the logistics of how that will. I don't know how that will transfer going forward, because nobody else knows the details, do they? Apart from fucking Samson himself.
Yeah.
And considering there's barely any plot, there's some development there, isn't there? Character development.
There's growth, there's
important
progression.
Character development.
There's growth for the world and the characters, and introduction of new characters, and where that will go in the following film that it teases at the end. Again, no
spoilers for that end.
No spoilers
for the end, but
not spoiling the end.
But what you were saying is that they don't really go into the backstories of anybody.
No.
And it's not to the detriment of the film. It actually serves the film better, I think, than it did in the last one.
Yeah,
I thought the last one was a bit of a mixed bag. We've talked about it before, haven't we?
Yeah.
I enjoyed the first part of the movie, I think, more than the second half of the movie, and then the ending of that when the fucking Jimmy and his Power Ranger ninja wankers turned up just fucking threw me out. Completely threw me out. And with this, I was massively apprehensive with this because of that. Because it totally threw me out.
Stupid boy.
But like I said when we came on, we're just walking back. It doesn't really carry over any of that weird
baggage.
superhero-y Power Ranger-y flips and nonsense.
I mean, they do attack some infected, and they dispatch them quite easily.
Yeah, and other people.
Yeah, and a lot of other people.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, in a lot of various ways, but it's never like too much, because the infected still need to be a threat. They still need to be like very dangerous.
Yeah,
and there is a couple of moments where they're able to just. And it's only two, I think, really, that they managed to get.
They're not in this much, are they?
No.
In actual fact, they're only really in it to serve Samson's progression, really, to show how different he is.
I think there's a scene where the guy gets infected. There's a guy who's just going about his way, and he links into the Jimmy story.
Yeah.
But we see how quick it is and how it affects him. How if you get bit, scratched, or blood in you,
it's almost reminding you. It's still bad.
This is how you get infected. This is the thing. Remember the first film. Yeah. Remember the second film. Remember
still
the
not
last
as
film.
good as when Robert Carlyle got infected. Though.
Oh, that's
still fucking.
I know people shit on the second one, but I think it is a good film. I don't think it's as good as the first film, but I think it's a solid film.
Yeah, I still think it's a shame they ignored it entirely. But I don't know how they realistically. I don't know how they would carry on with it.
True. Well, they kind of
in Paris.
They pull it back. They pull it back. Then they say, "Oh, we contained it to Britain."
Yeah, they retconned it.
And again, like the second strain shows that Robert Carlyle was quite intelligent, and I think that's
where the alpha is. Yeah,
and that comes.
Yeah.
I will say, I don't like the fucking term alpha. I really don't like that. I think again the Andrew Tates of the world have taken on that fucking terminology, which I fucking hate. Even though the guy who discovered the term alpha and studied wolves has disproved his own theory, said it was bullshit. It was a bullshit theory. So fucking throw that out. You could literally call him a titan, call him a fucking archduke of whatever. Like anything would have been better. The archduke of rage monsters. Fucking anything would be better than alpha. But alpha's it's so fucking used as well. It's played out. It was the most legacy sequel-y thing in this. Yeah. In these films, which I hated. It's the one I just like. I was like, just makes me feel a bit sick when they say, "Oh, the new alpha." I was like, "Fuck off with that." Just call him Samson. Samson's great. I think Samson's a good name. It works with the character. Yeah. But it's a wild one. I was saying to you, it's kind of somewhere between The Road in that kind of serious kind of post-apocalyptic world where it takes itself very seriously, very dour and depressing, but also it has this Mad Max kind of wild energy to it as well.
And it's fun by extension of that, isn't it? It's absolutely it's hilarious at times.
It's
absolutely hilarious. The one particular bit is the warehouse when
fucking the farm.
the Jimmies have absolutely butchered this poor fucking family, and then it all goes fucking wrong.
all of us.
It all goes fucking wrong. Like there's fire, there's a gas canister, somebody gets set on fire,
hooking to a head,
and it's fucking wild, it's gruesome, it's brutal. But then we cut to outside, and Spike and this girl, who basically survives towards the end, are just sat there, and the girl just goes, "Is that normal screaming?" And fucking hell, you creased, I creased. It's fucking funny. We were the only two people fucking laughing.
Yeah.
My God, cinema screening half full of people, and it's fucking hilarious. It was absolutely hilarious.
The fucking timing on that.
Yeah,
the editing,
timing, the delivery, the editing,
fucking brilliant.
It is darkly funny.
Yeah,
it's really darkly funny because it's brutal, but then it is funny as well. And I think there's a nice balance between it. Yeah, there's an energy to it that I think was a bit too artsy-fartsy for me in the last one. I think.
I get it. Yeah.
But I'm a big fan of the original 28 Days Later. I loved it. I liked 28 Weeks Later.
This definitely has more of a 28 weeks later feel. Because that was very Americanized. There was a lot more action in it, and I feel like that this is. And again, Nia Long, the director of this, it's not Danny Boyle again. It is Nia Long who directed the latest Candyman remake or reboot, whatever you want to call it, and then also the Marvels as well. Which I was partial to.
You can tell though. With that, with the Marvels, completely stifled of creativity.
Oh, absolutely.
This 100%. You can
100%.
see the creativity of the direction. You can see what they want to do, what fun they want to have. There's a lot of different styles.
I think this is the best one yet that I've seen of her do. I thought Candyman was fine. Marvels I enjoyed as it is, but I thought this was great.
Yeah, no, I agree. I had a lot of fun with this, I think, and much more than I did the last one. And I am actually intrigued to see what they do with the very last one now, the very last installment, because I came out of 28 Years Later. I had no idea they were doing a follow-up, and that it was part of a trilogy. So,
Because let's face it, baby, these days you gotta have a sequel.
It's intriguing for me. I think there are moments. I think a couple of people walked out. I think it's not. It's difficult to put a pin on it when there's no such plot really to speak of. It's just it's three different journeys as well in a way, isn't it?
Yeah. So you've got Samson and Dr. Kelson, which again is going. He's becoming friends with Dr. Kelson because he gives him this morphine blow dart thing, and it relaxes him and chills him out. And again, we see that. And again, I think the reason we see that scene with the guy getting affected, and then we also see what Samson sees. Like what he sees when he sees a human being, which is like this demonic face, which is again a clue into what we're going to delve into.
It's definitely adding like small piecemeals of lore, isn't it? Did you ever understand the infected?
Did you ever see Day of the Dead? George A. Romero's Day of the Dead.
Oh God, yeah. When they start talking, I wasn't a fucking fan of that.
I love that's one of my favourites. But there's a smart zombie in that. I know this is not a zombie.
That's
film,
what I'm getting at. That's what I'm getting at. I think there's a fine balance between where people will accept it and people will go, "Oh no, you jumped the shark." And I think that was the danger when they were at the start of the movie when they were toying with this. When he's not toying with Samson, but toying with trying to get him to understand. I was like, okay, we're going to go one way, we're going to go the other way here.
Is it going to work?
It balanced it. It worked.
It was humorous. It was fun. There was heart to it. There was some science behind it. I'm really glad they didn't over-explain anything, like all the backstories or past. Like we see a photo of Dr. Kelson, seemingly girlfriend, partner, or wife.
Yeah, we don't get anything else.
We don't. That's it.
Just some music he likes listening to.
We don't need it. We don't bloody need it. We just go. He's lost people. He's lost things, and this is why he's built this fucking
mausoleum.
Exactly. Yeah, for everyone, for the entire area. And he says, "Oh, my work is done," and he's in fucking great shape as well. And
he is. I'm very fucking jealous.
Speaking of big penises on show as well.
There's a lot of wang on show in this.
There is. But
I think I need to get my ass to the gym. Thank you very much, Sir Ray Fiennes.
Yeah, what's he, 60 plus? I'm like, oh god, I need to start working on something. So there's that story, the Spike story, and the Jimmies, and the Jimmy Crystal thing, and that's another thing why I think that kind of COVID thing comes in, because there's all this, there was the religion versus the medicine of COVID, and people are like, oh well, you just need to build up an immunity and all this shit, and like, oh, it's God's wrath and all this other all the horrible psychological bullshit.
It plays into all of it, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
But I think fundamentally, I think what you have to highlight with this film is how brilliant Ray Fiennes is. He's absolutely phenomenal in this. But Jack O'Connell, fuck me,
he's great.
Considering my reservations coming into this because of the ending of the last one, his performance in this is
good.
Brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant performance.
Delicious.
He's brilliant and intriguing. He's clever,
funny,
clever in a psychotic way, and he's funny. Yeah, absolutely,
so
he's hilarious. The delivery is fucking on point. It's absolutely on point. And you can't imagine anybody else doing that part or having that delivery. The intonations
coming out of Sinners and this, he's up there now for actors.
He's a top draw character actor, and I wouldn't have thought that a few years ago. I wouldn't have thought it.
In Skins.
Well, he was brilliant in Skins, but I wouldn't have thought it from a few lower budget movies. Of a couple of years. He's obviously built his ground up, hasn't he? And then he's won these good roles. Sinners, he's fantastic, and here just cements how good he is. I really did enjoy him, and really did enjoy his part.
I've missed for the longest time fucking villains that are just evil for the sake of being evil. I don't need a sympathetic villain.
No,
I just need somebody who's going to come in, fuck shit up. Yeah, of course something's bad has happened to them that's turned them into this. Like Sinners. Like, we don't get his backstory in Sinners, do we?
No.
But we know he's a fucking evil piece of shit, and he wants community, and we'll go about that to do that however he can.
And that's kind of like the same thing
here,
isn't it?
It's the same sort of character,
And his backstory is that basically he's lost everything and then growing up around chaos and insanity, and he's that. He's the other side of it, isn't he?
I mean, we don't even really need the introduction part for him in that first film. For me. Yeah, I don't think you really need it.
No,
because by the time he rocks up anyway in that film, you're kind of almost forgotten about that opening section. But I thought he was incredible, funny, charming.
I agree.
And you can see how he's manipulated these young, boys and girls into killing for him and believing it, and and he's got all these kind of like phrases of like, he's doing like "how's that," which I think was a Jimmy Savile thing. The only thing I have an issue with is really he's the wrong age for the Jimmy Savile stuff, really, because he's kind of around our age, maybe a bit younger, a bit older. I'm not entirely,
unless it's
younger,
something
a bit younger.
Like you say, we don't get into any backstory, so unless it's something that's from his mother, his father, passed down.
But then my kind of internal logic goes, we found some VHS tapes of Teletubbies, because he was watching Teletubbies when his family got killed. But like Jimmy Savile would not, he was not really on the telly for us, at the time.
No, it wasn't.
Not really part of our childhood.
It's only piecemeal. After the fact.
We knew about him, knew of him, and people referenced him. And I think the first thing I saw him in was the Louis Theroux documentary. It was the first thing dark and depressing as it is, but those are the kind of the three. Was it three? So we got the Samson, Kelson. You've got Jimmy's. That's kind of it. There's no real plot structure. It's just these stories kind of
intertwine and mingle,
and
it all goes fucking wrong.
Yeah, and it's got some great needle drops as well. A lot of Duran in there, and Iron Maiden and stuff, and like this. The atheist versus Satanist angle I didn't predict.
No,
and
ultimately the very last couple of scenes. I don't know. I guess I kind of ignored what could possibly happen.
I think it might be worth you going back and watching that first one again, and then maybe watching this straight after and see how you feel.
I think it probably would serve very well. I mean, obviously, I don't know when the next one's coming out. It probably serve very well watching them all together. In sort of like a
they've been doing double. I know they've been doing double bills in certain cinemas of the two films, but I thought it was excellent. I'm glad you enjoyed it. But
I had a whale of a time.
The same reason. That's kind of why I wanted to see it with you, because you were on the kind of almost on the opposite side to that ending, because that ending made me want to see, fuck, what's next, because that was fucking wild and entertaining and interesting.
Whereas for me it was like you fucking jumped the shark.
Yeah, exactly. You've ruined it. And I can see it both ways. I can see it. I can, and I'm still, but because it was so wild, because it was so, and like you could see in the interviews, Garland and Boyle were like kind of rubbing their hands, like, oh, you've got some shit coming, and oh, you won't be able to predict the ending, and that's kind of the reason I went to see it, was people talking about the ending without spoiling it, and I was like, well, I've got to see it now, but if I don't see it now, it is going to get spoiled for me, and that's why I went out and did it. And I was chuckling at the end of that film all the way through the credits. I just sat there chuckling, like, how fucking mad was that? Yeah. And there were moments in this where I'm just like, this is fucking mad.
And it serves it well, doesn't it? Absolutely serves it well. And I think there is a potential this will potentially may divide people just because of what it does,
absolutely,
and what it throws out there in the universe. But
tonally, it's definitely a bit different. But I don't think it's
not detrimental.
It's not detrimental. It feels like it's still within the same story, within the same universe. It is, even though obviously Nia Long direction style, Nia DaCosta, Nia DaCosta's direction style is a bit different. It's not quite the same. It doesn't feel like we've lost anything, or necessarily.
It's all part of a plan, isn't it?
Exactly.
It's all part of a plan.
And I'm glad. What's good about this is like filming back to back. You don't have to do all the shit like, oh, people fucking hated this, change everything. You do the Last Jedi.
Yeah, they're just doing it.
You're not doing the Last Jedi bullshit. You're not doing the Zack Snyder bullshit. You just go, well, this is it. This is the fucking product. And I think Sony are like, do what you want to do and do what you have to do. We just want to reap the benefits of what you've made and whatever you're doing. Even with that Strangers trilogy that they filmed back to back, they still reshot stuff for that because it was poorly received. But I'm just glad that they're putting something out. It's their idea. It's what they want to say, what they want to do. You can, like I said to you before, you could interpret all these things however you want.
Yeah, but I think that's the case, isn't it?
Yeah, and again, like you said, there's no real plot. There's no. It doesn't. It can mean as much or as little as you want, or it can just be a fucking fun film for you. To enjoy. Yeah. If you like your zombie movies, your infected movies, your horror films, your post-apocalyptic films, this is for you, and you can take as much or leave as much on the table as you want. Yeah,
I think I've hit the nail on the head there. I think. Yeah. Well, I guess we're back.
We're back, 2026.
Angry Andy's back in the house. Yes, conveniently though, I'm just getting a fucking cold, so
no.
We'll see what's coming. And there's a Return to Silent Hill.
Oh,
a Return to Silent Hill.
I haven't seen any of those, and I've not played any of the games.
Looks dreadful. So I guess you'll see me on that one. Yeah. What, the film?
Yeah. Well, no, it was been delayed for years.
Oh right, I thought it'd been delayed again.
Don't worry, no, it's coming, and it's coming.
For God's sake!
No, it was delayed, and now it's fine.
Yeah, I need some material, and we'll see. But we're back.
You'll be anything but silent on Silent Hill.
No, we're back, and obviously we'll carry on with all the things we're going to do. Sharing the silver screen will return as well.
Yes, absolutely. Shutter Island.
Yep, so we're going to be doing that. And Angry Andy's back. Yeah. Nothing to be angry about on this one. Just a lot of bone.
You've been cured of your rage virus
and temples. Neolithic sex dungeon. I don't know why that came into my head. Yes. But there you go. That's it. I'm going to leave this review here. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe to the channel. It's been a while, hasn't it? Yeah. So we'll see what happens this year. Hope everyone's well. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.